Good morning, traders. Happy Monday. It is May 6th, 2019, quarter to 6 a.m. I'm Jonathan van Clute with Stock Navigators. And just a quick reminder to don't forget to press that like button. Give us that thumbs up. And also, any comments, feedback, tickers you want looked at, anything you want explained, etc., all that good stuff, just put it down in the comments and I will gladly take a look at it and do what I can to help you out. All right, let's take a look at the markets. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, we got an interesting situation shaping up. You can see it most clearly on the 60-minute with this nice, lovely gap down that happened yesterday over the weekend. Of course, you probably are seeing the news already by now. Trump tweeted that there, or I forget exactly if it was a tweet or what, but usually with him it's a tweet. And that there's going to be some China tariffs. They're going to bump them to like 25% from 10% or whatever. I don't even really remember the details. I don't really care about the details. This just goes to show that news is just irrelevant. The why of this makes no difference. We've been expecting it. We've been waiting for it. It has been due. And based on my analysis, my suspicion anyway is that we've just completed a five-wave cycle, in which case we are looking for a correction. If this is wave 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, we came right to the 61.8, just kissed it. In which case we're due for a nice big old correction, which would start up here and take us down somewhere in the right around there-ish range, somewhere around the 50% or so, somewhere 38.2 to 61.8. That's what we're looking for. So that is the correction we're looking for if in fact this is the full 5-wave cycle. Worst case, or best case, depending on how you look at it, if in fact this dip, you feel it's not deep enough to really count as wave 4, then we are finishing wave 3 now and looking for the wave 4. And so we're looking for a wave 4 pullback to get us somewhere probably here-ish. So either way, it's correction time, folks. That's what we're looking for. The media will absolutely say that the only reason the market corrected was because of this tariffs thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of hot air, a bunch of noise. We've been expecting it, and it's due. The analysis says it's due. It's correction time. So here it comes. There's always some convenient thing that seems to happen right at points where we've already predetermined that something is due to happen. So it's funny how that works. Anyway, that's the situation we find ourselves in this morning. No question about it. We've got a down opening this morning with that big gap down. Overnight, pushed it back up a little bit, starting at in the evening, actually, with the Asian session. So the Asian session pushed it up a little bit, and the Europeans kind of fought around a little bit. It pushed it down, then pushed it back up. And right now, anyway, we're sort of pushing it back up. There's going to be a lot of people who buy this dip because that's the mantra. I was just seeing it this morning, just moments ago, in some Facebook trading groups I monitor, and sure enough, people are saying BTFD, buy the flipping dip, and everybody's going to be buying this dip. Well, there have been countless examples where people bought the dip, bought the dip, bought the dip, and ended up regretting it big time. For instance, let's take a look at what happened the last time we were up here. S&P 500 made record all-time highs right there. Then it failed to make a higher high, took out the higher low, and started to head lower. But then look what we had. Okay, look at all the tail wicks. Look at all the bottom wicks. Buyers, 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 buyers. Everybody's buying the dip. Buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. And then finally they start to realize, okay, ouch. All right. And then they say, all right, this was the dip, right? They're buying and they're buying and buyers, 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 and they're really buying. And then we get this doji, hammer doji, whatever you want to call it. And that was also buyers. Look at the bottom wick on that. And then again, even as it's falling, buyers, 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 buying every last dip they can, every single time it dips, and then they feel so smart, and then down it goes, and eventually they kind of give up, and at the point where they give up, you can see it. Really, almost no buyers, absolutely no buyers, and then all of a sudden, things get crazy as the institutions step back in, start covering their shorts and going long. So buy the dip, yeah, sure, if you know which dip to buy and when. But just buying any random dip just because it's dipped, probably not the best idea in the world. So just watch out, beware of that. All right. So anyway, on the ES right now, certainly pointing to a down opening. We already have, however, take a look. Notice that on the 60-minute chart. Here's the all-time high, and then what did we do? We failed to make a higher high, right? And then we took out the previous higher low. So this is not looking good. And look where we are right now. We're right at that level, right at it. So this is testing as resistance right now. Is it going to hold? What's going to happen this morning? I'm anticipating a rocky opening as people overnight see what happened, panic, and hit the sell button in their portfolios. So I'm thinking we're going to have a potentially large dump of volume at the open. It's going to be very interesting to see. On the other hand, both arguments here, perhaps everybody's going to see this as that buy the dip moment, the BTFD moment, and that we're going to see just a flurry of buy orders, in which case the market will get pushed up in the short term, the first half hour, and then I expect to see it just get hammered. I would expect the pros to come in and fade that big time. Um, so it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I don't actually have a crystal ball. I don't know for a fact what happens. I just know what tends to happen and what patterns tend to repeat and how things tend to happen. So we'll see if that plays out this morning. But right now, anyway, we are decidedly below the 50 SMA. And like I said, we're flirting with that key level right there. And we're even flirting with the 13 EMA. All signs right now are pointing to correction. The MACD line crossed the signal line on the daily a number of days ago, and right now is trending downwards. Oscillators heading towards that zero line. If the oscillator breaks the zero line on the daily, then no question whatsoever, we are going to have a sharp correction. And we already have crossed below the zero line on the 60, although at this moment we're coming back up. But there's a lot of climbing. It's got a long ways to go to get up back over that zero line again. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Is this the end? Are we done? I can't imagine that we are, given that the retail public who can't trade on weekends because they don't trade futures directly, they couldn't do anything yesterday. They saw the news and just sat there and watched in horror, realizing what this is going to do to the market. And this morning they're doing the same. So, like I said, I expect the opening to be a rocky one. We shall see. Well, let's see what happened to crude oil. And crude has come down to the 50 and tested it and bounced. Right now, anyway, it's holding right above the 50 SMA. So, if you are still bullish on oil, this is a potential entry opportunity. But at the same time, we are in a little bit of a delicate area here because we're right at the zero line, right exactly at it. Oscillator and MACD line, both at the zero line, heading down. Uh, it could have some further momentum to the downside. It's really not clear yet. But one positive thing I see, one bullish thing I see is this price action going lower, oscillator going higher. So we do have a bit of a divergence going on right now, bullish divergence. The oscillator is gaining in strength, gaining in momentum. If it can cross over that zero line there on the 60, and the MACD line as well can cross above the zero line, then there's a decent chance we could see this bounce here on the daily hold. If we can get over that lower high right there, then certainly a reversal could be taking place, and we could be looking for the next leg of the uptrend. So right now, anyway, oil is looking bullish. This 50 has really been a very solid point. If you got in anywhere near it at all in the past, any of these points here, even that one there, although it didn't get terribly close to it, then you had a very nice long entry. So this could easily be a second shot. All right, let's take a peek at gold. And gold is just teasing with that 100%. Just can't quite get to it. And now with markets potentially correcting, I'm thinking we might be done. This could be the end of this little flag here that I was looking for an extension to the 100%. I'm thinking we may have gotten as close as we're going to get to it. And from here, gold might just climb higher. This could be the catalyst that gold has needed to just be done with its pullback and start its next leg up, which it's due for anyway. But of course, the media will say it's because of. and blame it all on one specific political moment, which is a little silly, but that's the way they work. Right now, 60-minute anyway, gold is down. We've got a very strong down candle, so it's possible that we've got a bit more of a pullback in store. MACD line crossed the signal line a little while ago and is now heading lower and heading for that zero line. So if it can get below the zero line, then it's very possible that maybe we do get one last little push, one last little thrust down to that 100% extension, and we'll have to see if we get it or not. But right now, anyway, it's looking like it's possible. But again, the market open is going to dictate that a lot. If there's a lot of people waiting for the open to move from stocks to gold, then all of a sudden I would expect to see a surge upwards in gold. So we're just going to have to wait and see what the market does when it opens. Is it going to give us the 100% extension, or is it time to turn around and initiate a reversal? Natural gas is trying to hit this, or very close to this buy zone down here. Let me pull that up a little bit. There we go. And bounced and is coming back down again. So now the question is, do we form our first higher low and then start to march higher from there? What do we do? It's anybody's guess right this instant. There's no super clear cut sign. If in fact this is a wave one and a wave two, and then we're going to start a wave three, wave ones are really hard to catch because you don't really know they're there until wave three is in process. So that's what we're kind of looking for. We're looking for this pullback to form a higher low and then go higher and break that previous lower high. Once that happens, then we can say that a reversal is underway, and then we just got to get over the 50 and see that oscillator across the zero line, get a little momentum to the bull side, and then we can start our next push up for a wave three. 60-minute time frame certainly is down at this instant. We've got a down candle right now, and a MACD line on the oscillator or MACD line on the awesome MACD has crossed to the downside. Oscillator is also below the zero line already, so bears are still in control. So right now, anyway, a little bit bearish. We could have a bit more pullback, maybe get very close to that bottom. Maybe double bottom, something of that sort. We'll have to wait and see, but that's kind of what it looks like is shaping up. So watch for that, but we're looking potentially for a nice long entry in the near future. Unless, of course, this market breaks this low and gets down into this zone fully, in which case that's actually long-term a good thing. I could see that forming a very nice base to launch the next rally from. So we'll have to wait and see if this is the end or if this is just the start and we haven't even gotten down to the zone yet. All right, lastly, let's take a look at crypto. And again, to my just pleasant surprise, crypto is really hanging on to these gains. It just does not want to give up. So at the moment, anyway, it's kind of looking like we may have our 0 point down here, in which case we've got a 1 and a 2, and now we're looking at a 3, and we can extend to see where 3 might end, and are we there yet or not, etc. If we are there, then we're looking for that pullback to form the wave 4, and then we're looking for our last push up to a wave 5, which just purely eyeballing things here looks like that could bring us to somewhere in this area here. So that would fit because that's going to be resistance. That's our next major resistance area anyway overhead. So right now, on a 60-minute basis, the oscillator has gotten below the zero line, and the MACD line is trying to get down there as well. So right this instant, the bears are trying to take hold. Not a lot of force there. They're not able to do much, but they're trying. That is the goal right now, is for the bears to take control, but it's so far not that impressive. So there might be some room left in this after all to head upwards, but we'll have to wait and see. The one thing I'm concerned about is we got these pushes up here, 1, 2, 3, basically 3 thrusts up, and we've got oscillator going 1, 2, 3, getting lower, lower, and lower. So I'm feeling like we're due. We're tired. We're probably due for a pullback here somewhere soon. So maybe this is just the start of it. Then again, what if this is a flag and we are looking to continue to the upside? It is possible. It could be. We don't know for sure until things play out. So we're getting a little bit of a mixed signal here. The daily chart is looking like it's due for a pullback and it's kind of signaling a pullback. but the 60-minute chart is signaling a potential continuation and extension. So it's a little unclear right now. Just gonna have to wait and see, let this market play out, and see what it wants to do. It'd be interesting to see if Bitcoin is affected in any way by all of this tariff talk, whatever. If by some chance we're going to see people actually move into crypto, move into Bitcoin as a safe haven, as it's non-correlated to everything else, or if gold is going to maintain its status as the traditional safe haven investment, or what's going to happen. Very, very interesting times for sure. All right, let's take up the last peek at the S&P, see if anything has blown up in the last few minutes. And the answer is no, not really. Right now, we are just playing with that 13 EMA on the 60, and we're well below the 50. So maybe we climb up to the 50, test that as resistance, then roll over. Or, like I said, maybe at the open, we just get a gigantic mass of sell orders and a pure panic, and then everything just collapses. It's going to be really interesting to see which way that goes, certainly. We are potentially in a little bit of a minor sell zone right now, kind of poked up above these previous wicks, and now came down back below it again. And right now we're playing with it. So short term, anyway, we certainly could see this fail to move any higher, and we could see a bit of a pullback. But yeah, I got to wait for the open. This is going to be an interesting one for sure. All right, gang, that's it for me. Time to go get ready for the trading day. Time to go get ready for the premium trading room this morning. So if you're going to be in there, I'll see you there. It's going to be a fun one, definitely. And just a quick reminder again, don't forget to mash that thumbs up button. Give us a thumbs up on the videos. Very appreciated. It helps us out. And leave me your feedback, comments, questions, anything like that down in the comment area. Definitely tickers you want analyzed, anything at all, anything I can do to help you out in your trading. Let me know, and I will do what I can. That's it for me for Monday. I will be back again to do this once more on Wednesday, and we will take a peek at what chaos unfolded today. Take care, everybody. Trade well. Bye-bye.